Marquee events are always bigger in Texas, and at Dreamland, Major League Pickleball has redefined the sport. As we roll into tonight's championship, we wonder who will pick up who. The players have laid it all on the court. Now, 2 teams remain. The best players in the world, as fans will be captivated through the most challenging times and the ultimate celebrations, leading to the hoisting of the Pritchard Cup. Major League Pickleball starts right now. Nighttime in Dripping Springs, Texas, a place they call Dreamland, where for the last 4 days, a new concept is born in America's fastest growing game, the sport of pickleball, as we welcome you inside Stadium Court. Great to have you with us, everybody, and I'm joined by a couple pickleball pros, Dave Fleming, Michelle Escobar. Great to have you with us. I'm Drew Felios. Dave, Major League Pickleball has certainly lived up to all the billing.
It sure has, and probably the most amazing part of this has been the fact that these men and women who are used to playing just for themselves or for their partner are playing for their team. They're getting more nervous when they're off the court than when they're on it.
And Michelle, you're fresh off of competing in this event. What's the biggest experience that had an impact on you?
The biggest impact was having a captain there and having support, because when you're usually in a tournament, you're alone. And so this is so great to have that. And also our team managers, they were awesome.
It's certainly been an amazing event. I know most of America is still getting used to the sport of pickleball, but this new concept has certainly caught on. Major League Pickleball.
Introducing Major League Pickleball. 53 of the world's highest-ranked pickleball players have made the cut, but only 32 will be drafted. Starting on November 5th, 8 teams will face off in MLP's Season 1, a round-robin competition for the first-ever Major League Pickleball Championship event. 4 days of competition will be live-streamed and broadcast from the one-of-a-kind outdoor Texas venue, Dreamland Dripping Springs, with the final round being broadcast live on national TV. Utilizing a unique draft format, each team will be made up of 2 women and 2 men. From there, each team will have a match against the other 7 teams. Each match will have 4 games total: men's doubles, women's doubles, and 2 mixed doubles games. The team that wins the most games wins the match. In the event of a tie, the teams will play 1 game of singles where each player will have to play 4 rallies. Each team chooses the order their players will go in, creating an exciting and unconventional approach to who faces who. Once all 8 teams have had a chance to play each other, the 2 teams with the most matches won will face off against each other to determine the first champion of Major League Pickleball. Our mission is to elevate the fastest growing sport in America. Powered by passion, we're bringing pickleball to the world in a brand new way. This is Major League Pickleball. Love the league, live the sport.
It has been so much fun watching this whole concept become reality. Dreams have certainly come true. And Dave, when you talk about Team BLQK, they are the cream of the crop in this great sport.
4 tremendous players, 2 great women, 2 great men. You've got Irina, Tereschenko, and Andrea Koop. You've got Rob Nunnery, and then you've got the GOAT, Ben Johns. He was the #1 pick of all the males. He is the most accomplished player this year, and he wants to add to his legacy. He is going to be doing everything in his power to end his night hoisting that Pritchard Cup.
And on the other side, Team Chimeras, and they are led by a 14-year-old sensation who's taken the sport by storm, Michelle, Leigh Waters.
Boy, her roar is definitely taking everyone by storm. She's led with AJ Koller, Leigh Whitwell, and Yates. This team, watch out. They are so fierce, just like Leigh, and they are very aggressive, and they want it more I think, than Ben Johns.
It is going to be an absolute shootout as the two teams play for a Pritchard Cup. Let's take a look at the standings throughout the week. Team BLQK pretty much led the way, and as I said, Chimeras just snuck in there.
Yes, they had to win the last point played in this entire event before the finals to get here. The margins were that slim, Drew.
Oh, it is going to be something else here tonight. For more on this great event, let's check in now with the fourth member of our crew. Welcome, Hannah Johns.
Thanks, Drew. I'm courtside with these guys. They're ready to take the court. Captain AJ Koller, Captain Ben Johns. Oh my gosh. What have you seen out on the court? What do you expect to see tonight with your team?
Well, there's no secrets. We played this team once before, and we got the better of them in pool play, so I know they're excited to play us again. But, you know, we're still the underdogs. We've been that way the whole tourney, so we're just going to keep that mentality going.
All right, Ben, talk about the format, the energy, the enthusiasm that you've seen throughout this event on court and with your team.
Yeah, you know, this is such a unique event. It's a special experience. Like I've gotten chills multiple times throughout the weekend just because the crowd's so energetic. You have that team atmosphere that you're cheering each other on, which we've never really had before. Tonight we're going to be having a night championship match. It's going to be packed here, so you know, so many people. They're standing behind their teams. I'm sure they're going to go wild, maybe a little heckling. I don't really know what to expect, but I'm really looking forward to it. I love it.
Well, we are so excited. Can't wait to see what will happen out there tonight. Drew, back over to you.
Hannah, thank you. The stage is set. Let's do this. From Dreamland, the championship of Major League Pickleball, next on CBS Sports Network. Moments away from first serve. Team Chimeras, household names in the sport of pickleball. Told you about Leigh Waters, the 14-year-old phenom, but it's been also the 47-year-old, the oldest player in this great event, who has stole the show. For Team BLQK, Rob Nunnery. Ben Johns, #1 player in the world, Andrea Koop and Irina Tereschenko. The women will lead it off in women's doubles. Major League Pickleball's biggest night is here from Dreamland as the players are on the court, and we are packed to the rafters here tonight. Irina Terrachenko comes in out of Moscow, Russia, and she has cemented her place in this great game. And then you've got Andrea Koop. Koop, 33 years old, out of Grand Haven, Michigan, an attorney by day, former tennis star at UCLA, and really represents the game well in the Grand Rapids area. Leigh Waters, just 14. That is not a misprint. She has the persona of a seasoned pro, though, the way she takes down the Goliaths of the game. And Leigh Whitwell, meanwhile, 47 years old. She has been the big surprise, Michelle, this week here at Dreamland.
Definitely the MVP, as she's been taking on some men in our singles in our playoff games earlier on in the week, and it is just great atmosphere, great energy out here, and she really elevates everyone to stand on their feet.
Dave, you've been a part of this game for a long time. Have you ever been a part of an atmosphere like this?
This is unbelievable. Again, that team aspect. The players not on the court are fired up. They're going to be coaching up their teammates out there. The fans are ready. I'm ready. Let's play ball.
Andrea Koop to serve for Team BLQK. We are underway. So we played to 15. You can only score when you have the serve. We'll play women's doubles, then men's doubles, then 2 straight mixed games as well.
0-0-1.
Point by Tereschenko. Actually, that'll send it to the second serve. The 2 balls on the upper left-hand corner will mean that is second serve here in doubles.
Yep, both players get the serve on each side out. We'll keep track of that for you with those pickleballs up on the scoreboard.
Leigh, aggressive player. You're not going to see much dinking from her. She's going to be speeding up that ball.
Andrea Koop and Irina Tereschenko are going to try to slow it down.
Point. It's a little bit long that time. And a point for Team BLQK. They're on the board.
Second server.
To get here, both of these teams had to play 7 matches. Teams with the best records advance to this championship night, making history.
And they played each other earlier in the week, and the Chimeras won it. So BLQK is looking for that cup and revenge.
A little short there from Tereschenko.
Side out. 0-1-1.
A little bit of nerves here to start out, Drew, and understandable. So much at stake here.
0-1-2.
Second serve here, Leigh Waters.
Always a crowd favorite, Drew, when she's ripping two-handed backhands like you see right here. The crowd is going to go nuts.
1-1-2.
Oh, just short from Whitwell, and that'll give the side out now to Team BLQK.
1-1-1.
Tereschenko did a tremendous job of getting back in that point by cutting that backhand. They were both able to get to that kitchen line or no volley zone right up at the net, and then pulled the trigger and just missed it.
Michelle, you've played all of these ladies on the court at one particular time. Which team do you think is the most dangerous here tonight?
I feel like Leigh and Leigh just have an edge right now. They have been working so well together as a team, and they are fiery. So that power, that aggression is expressed in their game, and they're just going to bring it. I feel like Andrea and Irina are just a little timid right now, a little tight, but other team definitely out for some blood.
Oh, drops right in front. Of course, you'll see players hovering over that kitchen all night long, Dave.
Yeah, the kitchen is that area. You see the box 7 feet on either side of the net. You are not allowed to volley the ball in there. Certainly, if it bounces in there, you can go in. That's what evens the playing field for tall, short. You can't go all the way to close the net like you can in tennis.
We will see some tremendous rallies here tonight. Oh. How about this? Oh.
There we go.
And the crowd goes wild here.
You can see Whitwell gets that paddle up in the middle. The advantage of having a lefty in the middle. You have 2 forehands there, so they're going to switch to that every time. Great finish with the angle by Whitwell.
Waters a little bit wide that time.
Had the angle, tried to drop it, just pulled it a little bit there. Again, the court just 44 feet long by 20 feet wide.
Right down the middle. Leigh continues to work. Oh, got away from it there.
The beautiful thing about this game is the soft part, and that's called dinking. So that's when the players are trying to make it an unattackable shot for their opponents. That's why you see some soft shots played in that non-volley zone area in the front.
And that's not really what the young Leigh Waters, Michelle, likes to do most. She is a banger, isn't she?
Yes, she is. Sometimes off of the dink, she'll speed up a ball so she could start what's called a firefight or a hand battle. And you'll see a lot of that here in this women's doubles match.
Oh.
Got a good hack at that, and obviously they played before in the round robin, and the Chimeras women, Leigh and Leigh, won 15-11 the first time these two teams played.
Throw all of that out the window right now.
Absolutely.
Great placement by Leigh Whitwell, just passing Andrea Koop and Irina Tereschenko right down the middle.
Long, successful tennis career for Whitwell. She has kept it going here in pickleball, as so many athletes are doing.
Side out.
Side out now, back to team BLQK, just underway here. Women's doubles just outside of Austin, Texas. Dripping Springs, to be exact. And this crowd has been electric here so far. Kind of tied her up that time, Dave.
Yeah, great flick. You'll see people get tagged in this sport because, as I mentioned, you're only 14 feet away from each other, and here you can see a flick up to the paddle side. You want to attack a person on the paddle side, to the right side, from their hip to their shoulder. Great accuracy by Whitwell there.
Andrea Koop trying to reset the point so she could gain advantage to come into the net, trying to slow the ball down. That was a smart decision, but couldn't execute it there.
2-3-1.
Oh, big overhand by Koop.
There you can see the tennis background we mentioned. UCLA tennis champion, knows how to find an angle and snap that overhead down.
2-3-2.
Leigh Waters, remember, she took 2020 off because of COVID. Her and her mother, Leigh Waters, who is her doubles partner, did not play on any tours, and took them a little while to get going in 2021. And oh, have they ever finished strong.
They're going now.
Side out.
Safe to say, too, Michelle, the youngster has the crowd on her side.
Absolutely, she is a fan favorite, as well as Leigh Whitwell.
3-3-1.
See, Leigh Waters, too, thinking Ernie, Dave, in pickleball terms. What is an Ernie?
So we talked about you cannot volley the ball in the kitchen, or no volley zone at the front there, but you can jump over it. The kitchen is flat. It's not three-dimensional. You can jump over and try and catch somebody, knock the ball down from the side of the court up close to the net. That's an Ernie.
It is a lethal move when executed, almost indefensible, as Leigh Whitwell pumping the fists here in this first game.
3-3-1.
If you leave a ball up like that, it's going to be punished. Great job there by Koop, and you can hear him chanting Koop on that. And what's fun here, Drew, is Leigh, youngest player in this event. Leigh Whitwell, the oldest player in this event. And that really personifies pickleball. All ages playing it against each other. So much fun.
Oh, that comes up just a little bit short. And Michelle, Anna Leigh had to go through her mom's team to get to this point. That was a little bit awkward earlier today.
That was, but it was a great battle and really fun to watch. Her team was able to pull through, getting them here to this final match. Irina Tereschenko speeds up to Leigh Whitwell, but she's there, counter punches it, and ends up winning that point there.
3-3-2.
Oh, great job by Tereschenko to keep it alive.
That's so smart.
Tremendous touch from Whitwell. When you have your opponents deep on the court, just drop it there with such finesse.
3-3-1.
Well done by Whitwell, crafty veteran.
Tied at 3. Anna Leigh flying in, can't recover. Tereschenko caught her at just the right time.
Yep, a little off balance there. Great job by Tereschenko of identifying that, hitting the ball down.
3-3-2.
First lob.
Again, that ability to rotate your hips and your body and be able to snap an overhead.
Yes.
Oh, and Ron Ponder calls a footfall off of the kitchen line. When you push off of the kitchen line and don't establish 2 feet outside, that is a fault.
No, ma'am. No, I haven't. No, you're not. Yes, ma'am. 4-3-2.
4-3-2. Correct server, Whitwell. Oh. Whitwell just couldn't lift it.
Tereschenko has one of the nastiest forehand rolls. You want to dip that ball at people's feet in pickleball, and they're going to, if it goes down, it's got to go up, or can't even pull it off there. Tremendous shot by Tereschenko there.
Tereschenko into the net that time. If this game wants to grow throughout Europe, that's a perfect person to help it grow, Dave.
Incredible ambassador for the sport. Would be awesome to have her spreading the word everywhere, not just in the U.S.
Former tennis star at Texas Tech. Just makes it over.
There's that roll again, and for those of you that might be tennis fans new to pickleball, you see a lot of defense here. In tennis, if the ball's up, people put it away. That ball bounces, goes into the crowd. Here, you're going to see tremendous gets throughout because it's a wiffle ball that can track it down, drop it in the kitchen, turn defense to offense quickly.
Another point here for Chimeras. Worth noting also, we will switch sides when we get to 8.
4-4-1.
Ball trickles over. Anna Leigh Waters waiting for it. Oh.
Leigh Whitwell asking, was that out? When it was out by about 10 feet. She has so much fun, and big, large crowd like that will even egg her on to do more, and we love it, and the crowd loves it, Drew.
Yep. Spirit of these athletes, even in the most competitive moments, it's really something to behold.
That's something that you don't want to do, is try to speed up into Annalie's forehand, because she is there to just put it down and punish.
Oh, a little long that time. And now that'll be a side out for Team BLQK.
And usually, Drew, we see runs in pickleball. Team will win 3 or 4 points, get hot. This has been tightly contested. One here, one there. Everybody feeling each other out here.
Little short that time. Second serve coming up for Tereschenko. Little strategy from Whitwell and Waters.
4-5-2.
For those of you just watching this for the first time, you're wondering, why are they hitting the ball so slow? They're trying to move it around, because as you've seen, if you leave that ball up at all, it gets punished, Drew.
5-5-2.
Keep that down. You're looking for an attackable ball up there at the kitchen line.
Tied at 5s. Multiple ties and lead changes here so far. Waters again, this time into the nets.
I see Andrea Koop speeding up it into Annalie's backhand there, and I think Annalie's looking for that forehand a lot, so look to see that.
6-5-2.
Team Black trying to win off of Annalie's backhand there.
And the lead back to Koop and Tereschenko.
So Leigh Whitwell executes what we call an ATP in this sport, Drew, around the post. It only has to get on the other side, but it doesn't have to go over the net if the angle's there like it is right here. Whitwell can, in the rules, go around and pump that fist. What a shot by Whitwell on the backhand.
We saw Kyle Yates, who we're going to see later, jump out of his seat after that. Oh, a little short.
So you see Leigh Whitwell there trying to come across that corner and attempting an earning or threatening an earning, which puts a lot of pressure on Irina Tereschenko there on that last dink.
And there's Annalie Waters again.
Came over the top with just one arm there instead of hitting the two-hander.
7-6-1.
How about the quick hands?
And just like that, we have a side switch, you guys. We reached 8, so now we're going to switch sides.
So first to 8, Chimeras, 8-6 out of the gates here in the final Major League Pickleball.
always been really competitive. I don't care who's on the other side of the court. I don't care if you're 20, 50, my same age, I want to beat you. The will to really want to win and to get better at the sport is what helps me push through my matches. My favorite thing about pickleball is that I get to travel around with my mom and play with her in tournaments. Playing pickleball, I feel our connection has gotten stronger. I feel like we're best friends. I'm super excited for Major League Pickleball. To, play different teams, play with somebody new, and the feeling of a different experience at pickleball. And it's amazing, especially at 14, to have all these opportunities that I have. Before I started pickleball, I couldn't have dreamed of the things that I'm able to do now or going to be able to do. More people are getting to know about what pickleball is, which gets more people to play. It's something totally different, and I'm really excited to play in it.
Well, she is the future, and you can say she's even the present of this great sport. Anna-Leigh Waters, overall, she was also one of the high draft picks, a 3rd overall selection. There was a draft here in Major League Pickleball, Dave, and you had a huge part in that.
Yeah, I hosted it, and it was the first time we've ever put all the best players out there and let owners pick who they wanted. That's why Anna-Leigh Waters, who typically plays with her mom, who's a great player, they were drafted too close together, couldn't be on the same team.
So 8-6 first serve here for Chimeras, and now second serve coming up. And Michelle, you were also a part of that draft. You were one of the players selected. Talk about going through that experience.
Oh, that was brutal. I was nervous, and I did not go to the draft because I didn't think I would be selected, but I was, and I was very fortunate to be here and be a part of this great event. It's been very special, very unique, and I hope it happens 5 times a year.
9-6-2. Side out. Six, 9-1. Point.
Sometimes you want to bait your opponent. You want to put a ball that looks attackable like that one was there, Drew, but it's a little too low below the net to attack. Anna-Leigh Waters took the bait and put it into the net.
Oh, dropping one hot.
Yeah. The Leigh Whitwell show, ladies and gentlemen. It is so hard to be able to hit a drop shot off a ball you're going to hit an overhead on, and then big finish right there by the lefty. And you'll see her play on that side of the court the whole time because Leigh and Anna-Leigh want 2 forehands in the middle. Better court coverage in pickleball that way.
And it's long, so side out, right back to Team Chimeras.
Side out.
And that skill right there is one. Letting balls go is a big part of pickleball because you just want to hit everything, Drew.
Mm-hmm.
Second server.
The toughest part in this game is after that serve, you have to let the return bounce. And that's called a 3rd shot that Anna-Leigh just hit there. And it's the furthest distance from the net. And we do that so we could approach the net and neutralize the point. So look to see 3rd shot drives, 3rd shot drops. That ball creates the whole point.
And a big finish by Koop, and the fans love when people have 2 O's in their name. They just do, so they can chant.
7-9-1.
Whitwell was thinking Ernie. Didn't have to pull it out that time, though. Didn't get there.
Yeah, when you see your opponent's head go down, they're looking at the ball, obviously, and that's the time to surprise them right up there with that Ernie attempt at the net.
Wow.
We've seen a lot of that. The way to separate your opponent's drop shot, they come in, separation, go back down between them.
Dave, right now the roles of the Chimeras ladies clearly defined, aren't they?
Yes.
9-7-1.
They know what it takes for them to win points, and they play very beautiful complementary pickleball, setting each other up.
Yep. Chemistry is so important. You can have two great players, put them together, and it just not work out so well.
Absolutely. And because this is a team event, you have two other people that are counting on you as well. So find that chemistry. That's why these two teams are here.
Oh.
Irina Tereschenko sitting on that forehand volley.
Seven, 9-1. Point.
Seized. Anna Leigh just creeping in the middle, trying to cover that. Caught her down the line. Beautiful drive.
Second server. 8-9-2.
8-9-2. Koop to serve to Anna Leigh Waters. And you might ask, well, Dave, why are there three numbers in the score? So it's your score, your opponent's score, and then the second number will always be either a 1 or a 2, whether it's the first or second server on your team.
First to 10.
Point.
And you'll see that in pickleball also. It hits the top of the net, lands in, and players that score will apologize, Dave.
But they don't mean it. Sorry, not sorry is a big part of this sport.
A lob.
Oh, it's wide.
So the net unkind twice to BLQK.
Point.
And their captain, Ben Johns, is saying, let's get a timeout. The net's not on our side.
Timeout, BLQK.
So a timeout on the court. Team Chimeras starting to take control. 11-8 here in women's doubles.
I became a professional champion the second I touched the paddle. My favorite pickleball shot is any of the stick tricks, just so I can do something flashy and entertain the crowd. Before the game, I like to listen to pickleball. I just load up a match on my phone and I put my headphones on, I close my eyes. I can tell you what the score is depending on the sound of pickleball. Being a professional champion is not an easy task. It has been phenomenal to kind of be part of the evolution of pickleball and be part of the journey. My favorite thing about Major League Pickleball is the format and the creativity. I personally like to mix up my partners. I get along with a lot of people, a lot of players, so I think the team experience is going to be fantastic. Let's play some Major League Pickleball.
Maybe 15 seconds.
Welcome back to Stadium Court, Major League Pickleball.
All right.
And the Pritchard Cup on the line. Team Chimeras, pretty good shape right now, leading 11-8, first serve. And the timeout makes a big difference.
Yeah, you want to take a timeout in professional pickleball to slow down the other team. Worked once, can they get 2 stops? You always hear teams, I want 2 stops. And they get it. And 2 stops just simply mean we get the ball back without giving up any more points. Smart timeout. I'm sure Captain Ben Johns is feeling very much a part of this match despite not hitting a ball in it.
Right, I've never seen Ben Johns standing up during any match. He's usually sitting down, pacing. Right now he's just pacing a little bit and fidgeting, so it's the first time I've seen him in this kind of predicament.
Yeah, he cannot wait to get on the court. Men's #1 player. We're going to see him in just a few moments.
Wow.
What a beautiful flick. So we talk a lot about its placement, not power sometimes in this sport too. And you hate when the ball is going like 5 miles an hour past your shoulder and you know it's in. It's so painful. Brilliant shot by Koop there.
1 point game now. Can tie it here. Not this time.
And again, it's to 15, win by just 1.
A little bit different in this Major League Pickleball format. Added a little more sense of urgency. And now the serve back to Team Chimeras.
Because typically in a tournament it's 15, win by 2, so you'll see an 18-16 score here. First to 15, we're done.
What happened there, Dave?
You know, you'd much rather have 2 paddles there than none, but both of them went for it aggressively. They both saw the ball in the middle. Snap paddles, caught the net.
Smart pick by Anna-Leigh Waters. She knows where to place that ball.
12-10-1.
Oh.
Andrea Koop speeding up. Leigh Whitwell to respond.
Tremendous display of defense by Whitwell, keeping that paddle out in front of her body and just not giving any ground. They're within 2.
Men's doubles coming up next. Chimeras hoping to get 1 in the books here. One away. So now game point. Anna-Leigh Waters to serve.
14-10-1.
Ball is out.
Just barely. How about this pair, Waters and Whitwell, epitomizing what Major League Pickleball is all about.
The youngest player picked from the draft and the oldest picked on the draft. Congratulations for their first win, Team Chimeras.
First time they played 15-11 Chimeras, this time 15-10. So there was a history there.
So when we come back, the men take center stage, including the #1 player in the world, Ben Johns, Major League Pickleball on CBS Sports Network. Welcome back to Dreamland as Major League Pickleball rolls on. Women's doubles is in the books, and Hannah Johns is with our winners.
Thanks, Drew. I'm here with our winners down on the court. Guys, you just started off the action with a bang. What did you talk about before going into this match?
Before the match, we just wanted to play our game, be in the driver's seat, as Leigh says, and just get as much energy as we could from the start.
Leigh, you're such a fun-loving, enthusiastic player. You're a crowd favorite. How cool has it been to play in front of this awesome audience all week long alongside Anna-Leigh?
Oh my God, it has been an absolute pleasure and a blast. The crowd have really embraced the team atmosphere. I love it. Playing with Anna-Leigh is a pleasure and a privilege, and I just wanted to hold my own and not let her down.
All right, you heard it here first. Drew, back over to you.
About a household name in this sport, native of Naples, Florida, and a pickleball legend.
Yeah, you see Kyle there. He is ready to keep the Chimera action rolling there. Dominated the sport at a very young age. now coming back to play. Talked a lot about his draft position and said, hey, I should have gone earlier, proved it right here, and he's going to be standing next to his buddy A.J. Kohler. Hockey guy, Drew. This guy's got the hands that you'd want him parked in front of a goalie. You're going to see a lot of flicks and wrist, not the tennis-type swings that we saw from other players.
Native of Las Vegas, Nevada. Then there's Ben Johns on the other side, only 22 years old. He's a student at the University of Maryland. He is the face of Franklin Pickleball as well. And Rob Nunnery, meanwhile, just very happy-go-lucky, 36 years old. He's got the hometown edge, though. He's from right here in Dripping Springs.
Yes, and don't forget they have their fun little podcast called Freestyle Boys, and they're a pleasure to listen to as well.
So the past predicted the future with the women's match. In this matchup, the first time through, we had Ben and Rob from BLQK win 15-11. Again, that doesn't matter right now, but let's see if they can get back in it and tie it up at 1.
But the one thing worth mentioning, Team Chimeras, they had to win women's doubles. They felt, Dave, it was something they had to have.
Yeah, they really did, because as we mentioned in the open, Ben Johns sees a chance to add to his legacy tonight. So you are going to see what the focused, rested, best player in the world looks like right here. He wants this desperately.
Yeah, he is what Kobe Bryant is to basketball. He's what Messi is to soccer, Michelle. He's that good.
Absolutely. Every time someone has to play against him, they know they're going to have to step it up about 10 more notches. So here we go.
Underway men's doubles. Good start.
Right off the bat, Kyle
Point.
Going over to Rob Nunnery, avoiding Ben Johns, and when he sees
1-0-2.
the opportunity, he's going to try to go behind Ben Johns, which is a hard task.
A little long that time from Nunnery. Rob Nunnery dedicated himself to the sport of pickleball just in 2020, and that's a lot of these athletes, Michelle,
0-1-1.
relatively recent times, decided to play this sport full time.
Yeah, even A.J. Kohler
Second
is
server.
new to the sport. We just saw him pop up in 2021. And we've had a lot of young kids in this draft, 18, 19 years old, Dylan Frazier.
0-1-2.
We have J.W. Johnson.
So much young, up-and-coming talent.
Sport is definitely growing here.
Point.
The crowd shocked by that miss by Johns.
1-1-2.
Really hard to
Side
stay
out.
focused when it clips off the tape. Great poise shown by Johns.
1-1-1.
Tied at ones. Little short that time for Ben.
Yeah, there you saw the paddle
Second
clunk
server.
again, and instead of hitting the ball deep where it was expected, it ended up
1-1-2.
helping him. Just barely trickled over the net for a winner.
Ben Johns called it long,
Point.
and it was.
2-1-2.
Makes it 2-1.
And just so
Point.
everyone at home knows, we do have 2 referees on the court. We also have 1 in the truck. We do have replay
3-1-2.
available. These teams can challenge, and they keep their challenge if they're right. So that is in play here at Major League Pickleball as well.
And it's been really utilized
Point.
this week, Dave. Our head referee tonight is Ron Ponder. Marcia Frezzo is our second official, and Vicky Ryan is our replay official in the truck.
Been here all
4-1-2.
week, done a terrific job. Can't do it without our referees.
A lot of people
Side
forget,
out.
too, when you watch Ben Johns and Kyle Yates play. Kyle Yates kind of created Ben Johns.
Yeah, and they were partners together.
1-4-1.
won national championships together, and now they stare each other down on the other side of the court.
Yates goes and gets it.
Oh. So it's hard when you're in Rob Nunnery's shoes because Ben Johns is going to come over and take balls standing right in front of you, patient.
1-4-2.
Nunnery speeds it up for the winner.
Side out.
Yates trying to look for that poach there. Trying to be aggressive.
4-1-1.
Oh. Still alive.
When that ball comes off the tape, it sounds like it's the 4th of July in here with people loving the fireworks we're seeing. And then we saw the fireworks off of the panel of the BLQK boys, and they've got a quick lead here.
See a lot of poaching here from Ben Johns. Dave, explain the concept.
Well, he wants to just make his presence felt. He's going to come over in front of Rob because he wants to dare them to go on his outside shoulder, which he's baiting them. He wants it there so he can finish it. Makes it hard for your partner to know when he's going to come in there, but very difficult on the opponents as well because he's such a menacing presence.
Look at this. Oh.
It was like we had a game of tag going on between Nunnery and John scampering together after the ball.
Yes, sir. 6-1-2.
Well, you mentioned hockey player, Dave. You see a lot of hockey. And that guy right there, A.J. Kohler.
Yeah, came skating in right over the kitchen line there. And again, it's flat. You can jump over it as he did there and chipped it in for the, not game-winning goal, but the side-out shot there. Look at that. Koop's even getting cheered for retrieving the ball that went just around the bleachers here. I love how involved the crowd is here tonight, Drew.
1-6-1.
And every single point. Now it's Yates. Oh.
Yeah, we talked during the women's match. If the ball is up, it will be punished. And if the ball is up near Ben Johns, it could be broken.
1-6-2.
So hard.
Second serve here. Kohler and Yates trailing 6-1.
Rob Nunnery has that
Side out.
And you never know where it's going to go. So AJ Kohler's, a little twisted right now. He doesn't see it coming, and he has to anticipate that's what's happening in this match here. There you go.
Kohler standing strong right there.
6-1-2.
Second serve, Team BLQK. Not going to lift that one, so 7-1.
Yeah, you got to, when you're down, you feel the tension and the pressure to maybe try and do too much. Kohler certainly did there.
7-1-2.
Put that ball, that was not an attackable ball there.
Side out.
So you'd certainly love to have 3 or 4. We switched sides at 8 there at 1.
1-7-1.
Can they chip away here? Just mentally, it's important.
Ben John's unlucky on that second net court.
2-7-1.
Oh, came up short that time.
Yeah, again, just like I mentioned earlier, he
Second
can
server.
get a ball that is better for that attack. Reaching a little bit off balance, he's got
2-7-2.
to go after it.
And not that time. So Kohler and Yates
Side out.
struggling to score points. They're winning rallies, just not scoring a lot of points here.
Yeah, they're winning rallies when they're receiving.
7-2-1.
And that's not when you score points in this game.
You see a ball like that coming at you, Michelle, with that kind of velocity. What do you do, and what do you coach other players to do?
I tell them to try to move into the best position they can. Just hold the pedal out in front and do nothing. Because if you try to apply something back, you're going to lose a lot of control. So you got to use their power and try to slow down the game with a little bit of backspin. What do you think, Dave?
Agreed.
How about this rally?
Oh.
Tough to have it finish like that.
Yeah, I didn't want to talk over that point when I asked the question. You know, when you're defending, especially a ball that's ripped, you want to be on balance. Get your feet set and go.
8-2, all team BLQK so far in men's doubles.
History is fairly eclectic. I've played
Oi! Go! Oh! Come on! Let's go! Let's go!
I'm ready. I'm ready for any ball. Come on.
Yeah. And I'm going to swing and I'm like, oh shoot, it's out there. Yeah, that's what
Yo, bounce it. No.
out.
Let's go.
Oi! Go! Oh! Come on! Let's go! Let's go!
I'm ready. I'm ready for any ball. Come on.
Yeah. And I'm going to swing and I'm like, oh shoot, it's out there. Yeah, that's what
Yo, bounce it. No.
out.
Let's go.
Sights and sounds of Major League Pickleball on display. Some of the
ready?
faces in the crowd, too. You see Leigh Waters sitting just above her daughter.
Time
Emily.
in.
Yeah, still wearing her Pickle
8-2-2.
Ranchers, one of the other team in this event's uniform.
Meanwhile, Team BLQK trying to even this match up at one apiece.
Side out.
Because after that women's doubles win, Chimeras leads 1-0.
You good, Rob? 2-8-1.
Try and chip away at that lead. Not going to be easy here, Dave.
No, it isn't. You got to
3-8-1.
find chances to attack. Well done there by Yates. Again, you want to go down. In this sport, it's so important. You go down, their ball has to go up, and either attack it or let it go. You win the point either way.
Second server.
AJ Kohler wants this so
4-8-2.
bad.
Just obscene velocity on the last two finishes by Johns. I mean, we talked about the right position you get in Michelle, but on those,
8-4-1.
you might want to get out of the way. And there you see Nunnery holding his own. Johns took a full swing and got nothing but air, and his team still won the point.
9-4-1.
You see the Pritchard Cup just behind Rob Nunnery. First to 10 now, Team BLQK, and Chimeras has gone into a little funk here.
Yes, and Yates went to the
10-4-1.
hand buffet there. Can't believe he missed that one.
Michelle, what are you seeing?
Second server.
I see that they're a little anxious. Kyle Yates and AJ Koller are doing everything
10-4-2.
right. They're just not executing. So they just have to be a little bit more consistent here. Play a few more balls.
Big sorry. Not even close.
Point.
That's going to happen. You just hate when it happens when you are trying to dig out of a hole. There certainly
11-4-2.
creates a point.
And now Team BLQK, they are pulling away.
Yeah, they're
Timeout,
rolling.
receivers.
That sound of a paddle hitting the ground usually means somebody has called timeout, and
You'll be serving at 12-4-2.
Chimeras certainly have here.
So 12-4, Ben Johns trying to restore the order here at Dripping Springs. Chimeras trailing. They need a rally when we come back to Dripping Springs.
My sports history is fairly eclectic. I've played most racket sports. The two I played most seriously were tennis and table tennis. Pickleball kind of just hit me at the right place at the right time. I think Major League Pickleball could be iconic. With an event like this, it's not just pickleball that you're watching. It's a unique event that hasn't happened before. To win the first one would be, you know, it would make history basically, because if this goes where I think it's gonna go, it'll be historic. The team aspect is really cool. I feel like you get more of an inside look at players, and you get more of their personalities. So I think that's very cool that people have something more to follow than just a match. The main thing I'd like is just to see the world know what pickleball is, and if you have people that play it, they're going to want to keep playing.
15 seconds.
And right now, Chimeras feeling the wrath of the world's #1 men's player, Ben Johns.
Time is
12-4
in.
here in men's doubles.
12-4-2.
Second
Yes,
serve coming up.
Nunnery did a good job hanging in there, but I think he's going to see a lot of balls for the rest of this match. Keep it away from Johns.
Another example of a timeout paying off, stopping that momentum. Round the post attempt from Yates. Ben Johns right there.
So you can go around the post, but you can also defend the ball going around the post. And John saw it before it even came there and ends up winning the point despite the fact that the ball didn't have to go over the net there. Brilliant defense. Then a missed third shot drop there, and you hate when you're down 8 not to at least make one dent in that lead.
Oh.
AJ Kohler with the Ernie there. Jumping that corner, being aggressive, showing his presence.
12-4-2.
Second serve coming up. There you go, Kyle Yates.
No more damage done. And pickleball, for those of you watching for the first time, is a combination sport. One set up the other. Yates showed that brilliantly right there.
See if Kohler and Yates have anything here. They need points. Ben Johns has got this entire court blanketed tonight.
Second server.
Dialed in and focused. Wants this, sees that cup over his shoulder. Right there we saw in the shot. And Rob Nunnery, despite being the last pick of the men in this draft, playing brilliantly.
Little something to prove there, Michelle. The lower you're picked, you want to prove your worth, right?
Absolutely. And I'm so glad Nunnery is here. He's improved so much throughout the year.
Nunnery really stood in on that one.
Great hand battle.
This is a guy that started a blog saying my journey to be a pro pickleball player before he was. He knew it was coming.
Wow. Destiny. Yeah, pickleball known as an older person's sport.
Nothing old about what's going on this court. 22-year-old best player in the world.
14-4-2.
His partner's 36. Across there is AJ Koller. Kyle Yates. This ain't old at all.
Oh.
A lob.
It's in.
Oh!
And that's going to do it. Team BLQK, 15-4. They have answered the women's doubles win, and now we're tied at 1. Crowd is on their feet here in Dreamland. Seen a little bit of everything so far. Nothing doing here for Kyle Yates. Mixed doubles on deck from Dreamland.
So I don't have many pregame rituals, but sometimes if there's a Waffle House nearby, I'll go to Waffle House. And then if I do that on the first day, I'll do that every single day. I had done tennis my whole life. I taught in New Zealand, I taught in Europe. And then basically at 24, stopped all sports and got into business. Took a 10-year hiatus from sports and discovered pickleball. I didn't actually expect it to take over my life, and it really has. It's been a blast, though. The Major League Pickleball is going to be the most unique thing that's been in pickleball yet. What's really interesting is going to be the unique partnerships. At MLP, you don't get to choose who your partner is. I think that's a really interesting aspect for the fans watching. I feel like we're on the precipice of really having the sport go mainstream.
Nice to get up close and personal with Rob Nunnery, who actually works here at Dreamland. And Dave, now is the interesting part of Major League Pickleball, the halfway point, and now we get into mixed doubles, and interesting how that comes about.
Yes, so one team has to declare their first two, and the other team gets to react to that. So BLQK put out Andrea Koop and Ben Johns, and the Chimeras countered with Leigh Waters and Kyle Yates. And an interesting strategy change here for BLQK when they played the first time Ben Johns played with Irina Tereschenko against Kyle Yates and Annalie Waters and lost. Ben Johns does not want to lose tonight. So he's going to trick up the partnership. He's played some in this tournament with Koop. They're going to see what they can do as they are one step closer to that Pritchard Cup with them win in the men's.
Andrea Koop, tremendous slices off the dinks. Great advocate for the game and that tournament, the Beer City Open that she organizes,
Marcy, you ready?
off the charts this year.
Yeah, I
Time
love
in.
that tournament. It's actually my favorite one of the year. But here we go.
I think the fact it's called Beer City Open maybe had something to do with it.
Has a lot to do with it.
1-0-2.
Big overhand from Yates. First of two mixed doubles matches here, tied at 1. And there's another big shot by Annalie Waters.
So what you're going to see in mixed doubles is the male player creeping into the middle to big pressure, and you've got to keep him honest. Annalie Waters does that brilliantly, goes behind Ben Jobs for the winner.
Oh, that's
and Andrea Koop responds by going behind Kyle Yates' back.
in. And you hear those aren't boos, that's Koop throughout the building.
What a shot there.
Oh.
Just missed deep, and for those of you that are new to pickleball, mixed doubles is a huge part of this sport.
1-0-1.
So it is great to see the men and women battling together.
Obviously, roles clearly defined as well. And if you think that, Ben John's trying to lift it up there. I was just about to say, if you think that, well, the males are just going to dominate the females, Michelle, that simply does not happen.
No, it does not. You're going to see a lot of cross-court dinking between the ladies to keep it away from the gentlemen. The guys are going to try to creep over into the lady side and get a poach.
Oh, Ben Johns went after Annalie Waters. She responded in a big way.
She sure did. She told me earlier today she wants to eat ice cream out of the Pritchard Cup, Ben and Jerry's, and she chose that brand for one reason.
I love that.
Point.
A little momentum now for Chimeras. First point.
1-1-1.
Let's play.
And that's what you'll see him do. Yates trying to get it to a safe place, and Koop was ready with the two-handed backhand.
1-1-2.
Wasn't getting near there. Hey, save the hockey stuff for AJ.
2-1-2. Point.
Ben John's a little upset at himself that time. It's 3-1. Kyle Yates,
3-1-2.
Annalie Waters leading here. Game number 3.
I mean, the minute she touches the court, she has everyone in the crowd on her side, and her play makes them want to scooch closer to the edge of that seat.
Kid is an absolute rock star. Oh, what a return. Oh. Great effort on both sides.
Insane get by Yates there. And it's hard, especially with this crowd, of just being patient when you're on the attack and ahead in a point, to just keep finding good places to put the ball. They did so there.
And Michelle, when you're Kyle Yates, you see Anna Leigh playing like she is. That makes you raise the level of your game, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Got to match that intensity. Got to match that energy.
Point.
We're sorry, Kyle, announcer jinx there.
2-4-2.
He's such a fixture, though, Dave, in that Naples area. An area that Michelle works now, the pickleball capital of the world.
4-2-1.
But that's the fun thing about this sport, is that one gets away from Yates. So many great communities, pickleball communities all over the country forming.
Yeah, and they're popping up everywhere. We have huge complexes going in. We mentioned the Pickle Ranchers. That's a Pickle Ranch is a 33-court site going in here in the Austin area. You can't be the fastest growing sport in the country without there being more places to play, and these things are popping up everywhere. Those communities are going to double and triple over the next several years.
Kyle Yates looking to attack Andrea Koop.
Yeah, you want to pass out pedicures.
2-4-2.
Find feet in this sport. Beautiful job by Yates hitting down on the ball.
Oh, Anna Leigh into the net and a side out. Rather a point for Team BLQK.
That's a tough ball by Ben Johns, bringing that ball way up into her strike zone.
Oh, wide that time.
And again, he does that same shot to Anna Leigh's backhand side.
Yeah, it's hard to manipulate your body when it's right at your face, and if you have the two-handed backhand, you're going to pull it, and that's exactly what you did there.
His speed on the court, too, I think is underrated.
Yeah, Drew, he looks even faster because his anticipation of what's coming off his opponent's paddle is better than anybody else, so he's there before they even hit it.
4-4-1.
Yeah, great point. What a hand battle. How about that? Kyle Yates has come to play tonight. He is like the Jimmy Connors of pickleball. This
saw his flash, and Ben Jones is like, not on my watch, young man. No.
Second serve here for Chimeras.
5-4-2.
Oh, it's in. Dropped a dime that time, Andrea Koop.
Yeah, again, keeping Yates honest, and you can see his body weight shifting to cover that middle. Be strong there.
4-5-1.
Inside out, just gorgeous shot by Koop.
Second server. 4-5-2.
Missed it.
3 times she's gone there.
Point.
That time he didn't get beat cleanly, but still late pushed it wide. So we'll see if Koop continues to go to that well. It's working.
5-5-2.
Let's see if Yates could catch on to it.
Tied once again at 5. And now a lead for
Point.
Team BLQK.
6-5-2.
On the road to get here, Anna-Leigh Waters and Kyle Yates played. They won their mixed doubles in thrilling fashion. Kyle Yates admitted, Anna-Leigh carried me during that match.
7-5-2.
Trying to turn the tide here. That's out.
Had to come a long way to get to that one.
Side out.
Just feeling it, pushed it deep, wasn't on balance.
5-7-1.
So we'll delay the side change. And there's a big point from Yates.
And it's fun for Yates to be playing this well, finish down the middle there. Neither player able to get there. And he gets the benefit. If you're standing next to Anna-Leigh Waters, the crowd is going to love you too. Not that they don't love Kyle anyway, but even more.
6-7-1.
Oh, hit it a little too hard that time.
Second server.
Looks like Anna-Leigh is going to start playing on that left side. They're going to go ahead and stack. Anna-Leigh's going to serve from the right and move over to the left.
6-7-2.
Of course, guys, when the temperature drops nighttime, affects the ball a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it makes it a little harder. It's going to slide on the paddle just a little bit.
7-6-1.
So you've got to find where do I need to be hitting this ball to execute and shape the shots that I've been doing earlier in the day when it was much softer.
Second server.
Every single point is a battle.
7-6-2.
Good as it gets here in mixed doubles.
Kyle Yates, his accuracy is on point, moving his opponents out of position.
6-7-1.
Need one to tie here. And that's long. So tied at 7. And a chance to go into the side switch, Dave, with the lead.
Yeah, and you want that.
7-7-1.
It's just mentally, you switch with the lead, even if it's just one. It just makes you feel better. And they will get it.
How about that? Back and forth we go. Roller coaster battle in mixed doubles. Here at Dreamland, Chimeras, Team BLQK, a classic in the making in Major League Pickleball.
My favorite shot is probably tweener, drop shot. So you get loud, run back, hit it between the legs in the kitchen. It's crafty, you don't see a lot of players do it. People say it's a little flashy, but it's actually an easier shot than it looks. I think what excites me the most about Major League Pickleball is the fact that the sport is growing in that professional aspect, where it's getting a little more legitimate. Now people actually want to come to tournaments and watch it. It's turning into a better sport. I think one of the great things about the sport is the camaraderie, and you do get to play with a lot of different partners. With Major League Pickleball and having the teams, it's kind of fun because you're not just out there for yourself, but you can enjoy it with other people. Major League Pickleball will help grow the sport because it's just going to give so much more exposure to people who maybe haven't heard of it yet, and being able to bring in and televise matches and actually show the general public, hey, this is a sport, it's here, come check it out, it's a lot of fun. Over time, I think I'm going to look back and be proud of how much the sport's grown and how much it's changed over the years. And now a lot of my friends are jealous that they didn't start when I started, because maybe they would have been national champions too, but it's too late.
Cal Yates, one of pickleball's favorite sons, in a year where this sport has absolutely exploded off the charts.
It's exploded so much the wave came up here in the crowd.
I saw you up out of your seat, Dave.
Got to participate. Got to be a part of it.
All right, second serve here coming up. Chimeras, chance to extend.
8-7-2.
That was just beyond the line, and I mean barely.
I didn't see it. Marcia, did you see it?
Could have our first challenge
Not
here.
enough to overrule. Challenge? Not enough to overrule, so it's an out call. Want a challenge?
Each team allowed one challenge per game, and it has been very effective this entire week in Major League Pickleball.
Yeah, and you get to keep it if you are right. So to reiterate the mechanics of this, much like if you're a big fan of football at any level, college or pro, we have another ref in the truck watching. And Vicky Ryan, will make that decision and relay it into the crew here, Ron Ponder and Marcia Frezzo. We've got a tennis-like atmosphere waiting to see whether the call stands or is overturned.
And we are sitting right on the line, and I just saw just deep. Let's see if the ref inside the booth sees the same thing.
When you talked about the ball getting harder, unlike a tennis ball that compresses, this plastic wiffle ball type ball.
So our official in the truck got a look at the replay, conferred with the officials on the court, and now we're about to get the call, and it is, in fact, out. So a point allowed to Chimeras, 9-7. That looked wide.
What was called? Out? Okay.
Ball was wide, and if you are standing wide and get hit, that's the other team's point. So you saw Koop have to get out of the way just because the ball's out of there. You got to get out of there too.
Point.
How about that drive from Ben Johns?
Heavy and dipping. So it's not just the pace, but it's diving below the net.
8-9 now. Second serve, here we go.
Second server.
Again, just like the prior matches, game to 15, 1 by 1.
One more mixed doubles match coming up after this, as we're now tied at 9. So it'll be Rob Nunnery and Irina Tereschenko taking on AJ Kohler and the abominable Leigh Whitwell. Oh.
And Kyle Yates is here to play, finishing those hand battles, putting the ball down between his opponents.
9-9-1.
Chance to score now for Yates and Waters. Oh, too much Ben Johns.
Second server.
Yeah, you usually see, as Michelle mentioned before, a lot of cross-court thinking by the ladies in mixed doubles. Haven't seen a lot of that in this match because people are pulling the trigger and the fans are loving it.
Oh, hit it wide. There are many in the tours that say that Anna Leigh Waters, if there's one way to attack her, Michelle, make her be patient.
Exactly.
9-9-1.
Got to work for it. Ben John's getting fired up here.
Yeah, when you see him yell after a point, you know how badly he wants this. Stepped in there, and he wants you to think behind him is available. It isn't.
Lead back to Koop and Johns, but it's a slim one.
I mean, that's the epitome of sorry, not sorry. Look at Johns, his grimace as this kisses over the tape coming up on this ball. Come on, man.
10-9-2.
Second serve. Yates ready for it.
He was actually practicing that shot in warm-ups. Devilish little flick, which means it's got just the right amount of topspin to land in. Beautiful shot by the best player in the world.
Oh.
And Anna Leigh Waters stares down Ben Johns. Crowd is loving it.
Anna Leigh, so fearless out there.
9-11-1.
Oh,
second
big
server.
Unforced error there. Second serve now for Waters and Yates.
9-11-2.
Kyle wants that one back. And into the net again.
Yeah, you hate to have that huge momentum potential out of that exchange between Waters and Johns, and then
11-9-1.
That is air out of the balloon right there. Just kind of felt it. See if they can overcome it. And Ben Johns just not going to give you many opportunities like that. You got to take advantage of them.
Got to jump on it when you can. And calling timeout is one way to quell that Johns passion.
Let's see if Chimeras can halt that momentum. Number one player in the world on a tear here at Dreamland.
Favorite tournament snack?
That's a good question.
Some electrolytes, vitamins.
I love to drink a lot of whole milk.
I do tend to drink Dr. Pepper while I play. I eat bagels like throughout the entire day.
If there's a Waffle House nearby, I'll go to Waffle House.
Ooh, I like pretzels.
And then usually, I do a shot of Malibu rum.
Milk and cookies, that's my weakness.
Just gets you ready, gets you in a good mental state.
I like to eat a lot of bars, which goes well with my last name, which is Bar.
Chocolate chip Clif Bars.
Banana peanut butter.
I think it's macadamia. Is it macadamia Clif Bar?
I would say fruits. That's a boring answer. I was thinking maybe I should say pickles.
Clausen pickles. Clausen pickles, and they have to be chilled and in a glass jar.
Everybody's got their little superstition on what to consume before competing at the highest level. Ben Johns right now leading Team BLQK. 3-point lead. See if this timeout pays off, and it does for Chimeras.
Halfway home on the timeout, getting the ball back.
Did I see Michelle Esquivel in that video? How about this?
Wow!
Enough of this little patty cake stuff. It's time to clobber it.
Ben Johns, as good as he is physically, Dave, he's even better mentally.
He is. He's the best
13-9-2.
He's got strategy for everybody, knows what their weaknesses are. Wow, the net is in play.
Wow, Anna-Leigh looked like a matrix move there. Hitting that ball off the net court.
Those signature glasses. She was actually hit
9-13-1.
right on the glasses last night.
So
Thankfully,
glad
she
you
had them
were.
on.
She's sitting ready to clobber that backhand, go on the other side of her body, get the air.
9-13-2.
Anna-Leigh just did not get a good look at that one.
So he's known for that. He can take that same look and go down the line at either of your shoulders or cross court. Deception's a huge part of pickleball, and it takes tons of practice to be able to do that from the same look. If you telegraph it,
13-9-1.
she clobbers that ball.
There are many who think that with all the tennis players,
Second
Michelle,
server.
coming into the game, eventually Ben Johns is going to be overtaken at the top of the heap. I
13-9-2.
just don't know if that's true.
It could be. People are coming after him.
It's in. He's got to go
Tweener.
get it.
Phenomenal get by Yates, and then they got confused as to who had what side. I mean, look at him track this down. Oh, slams into the Major League
14-9-2.
Pickleball logo, and Anna-Leigh unable to finish it.
Game point. Team BLQK, they take care of business. A lot of good emotional points won by Waters and Yates, but in the end, this guy just too much.
Yeah, as we said before, he is focused. He wants that cup. And in the first time they played him, they lost the mix, different pairs. We'll see if A.J. Kohler and Leigh Whitwell can knot this up. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Major League Pickleball on CBS Sports Network here at Dreamland, where Team BLQK has their first lead. And the winners of mixed doubles, Ben Johns and Andrea Koop, are standing by with Anna.
Thanks, Drew. I'm here on the court with our winners right now. This was an incredibly important win. It puts you up 2-1. What were your specific roles going into this match?
So previously I played this team with Irina. This time it was going to be a little different just due to Andrea's game style. I basically told her, you know, grind cross court with Anna Leigh. I think we're going to win that matchup just because she's very successful at leaning in and attacking out of the air at Kyle rather than Anna Leigh at me. And I think it was fairly even at the start, but we kind of pulled away in that second half by being a little more aggressive when we really needed to.
And Andrea, talk about your experience out here, Major League Pickleball. It is the inaugural season. We've never seen this event before. What has your experience been like?
It's been great. It's so much fun to play on a team. I played on a team in college, so to get to do it again, I never thought I would do it again, and I mean, it's great.
All right, we're headed into that next mixed match now. Drew, back over to you.
All right, great stuff. Ben Johns, what a great ambassador for the game of pickleball, is now Team BLQK in the driver's seat with Tereschenko and Nunnery now on deck, Whitwell and Koller on the other side.
Yeah, so how Major League Pickleball works, if you're just jumping into this, we play 4 doubles matches. If one team wins 3, we're done. And then tonight, not only are we done, but we're given the cup to that team. And at this point, obviously, the only team that could win 3 doubles is BLQK. If Whitwell and Kohler win, we're going to go to the singles showdown, and it will be epic. We'll see men playing against women, and Leigh Whitwell has beaten some of the giants in the game in singles point to help get her team here.
So the suspense continues to build. Michelle, what are you most looking forward to here the rest of the way? Could we possibly be headed to that singles shootout?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, our last matchup, Leigh and AJ beat Rob and Andrea, but you know what? I think they have them here. Leigh is fired up. AJ and Leigh have been working together so well throughout the whole entire week, so I'm hoping for that singles.
And they've certainly had each other's back. AJ Kohler, 32-year-old out of Las Vegas. As Dave said earlier, hockey star at one point. Fallen in love with this game of pickleball like so many have. Underway here, second mixed doubles match. So if you're just joining us, Major League Pickleball, 2 games to 1. Team BLQK leads, so they've won 2 games to 15. This one is also to 15. Again, if Chimeras can find a way to win, that single shootout, a race to 15 and rally scoring. And here in Major League Pickleball, Dave, that race to 15 has sort of just taken over the phenomena that is MLP.
Yes, it has, because as all the players have talked about, they're on a team again. They played college tennis or high school tennis or tennis leagues, and they love that aspect of it. And in here, we only make you win by 1, so we have a ton of matches that ended up 15-14.
What?
Look at that angle by Whitwell.
I mean, just shots you've never seen before. I've never seen before. You guys probably have.
That angle was ridiculous.
And the refs are talking to each other about a possible foot fault from Leigh Whitwell.
Point.
And a foot fault would mean you stepped into the kitchen or the no volley zone that we see.
They're going to spoil the party here for Leigh.
On the takeoff? She was reestablished on the sideline, don't you think? Yeah. Okay.
And it looks like that's going to be the call.
She was reestablished.
So they say she was good. You heard the referee say she reestablished, which means if you are in the kitchen, you got to get both feet out of it, and then that is eliminated, and that's what reestablished means.
Let's see it.
No. 2.
She definitely went through the kitchen.
Yes.
I'm not too sure if she established there.
That's why we have a second referee to staring down the feet.
So do we have 2? Come on, guys. Let's go. Yeah, but I'm right. No. Oh, I'm kidding.
Another
Right,
discussion
where she came
here.
across,
Irina
but then she
Tereschenko trying to
reestablished
keep
before she hit the
everybody
Yeah.
on point.
I'm good. I'm really good. Okay. We got a challenge.
And we will have a challenge here.
This is great. Let's see what the ref in the booth says.
So again, the referees, there are three. We
Reestablished.
have our two refs that you see there. We have
she
Ron
hit the ball.
Ponder and Marcia Frezzo staring this down. We're going to see if Whitwell did indeed, like I mentioned before, reestablish, meaning she went through the kitchen, and before she struck the ball,
Okay.
Drew, she has to have both feet
Right, but
outside
when
of the
she hit the
kitchen
ball-
in that dark blue part of this court, and then she's good. If she didn't,
Okay, so here we go.
When she hit the ball.
Her left foot definitely
Were her
steps
feet
in,
established on the
and then
sideline?
she's in the
Okay, are
air,
you
so
guys
she
listening to me?
is in the kitchen, and I would
anyone
call
listening?
that a fault.
Okay.
yeah, I
So when she
see
hit
her
the
right
ball, both
foot
of her
never
feet were
tapped
on the
down. It's sort of, this turns into like a wide receiver on the sideline here, Drew. You got to tap that other right foot down. Like if that got down before she touched it, from where I sit, it did not. So this would be a kitchen violation. Despite that violent angle Whitwell found, I think she's going to end up losing this point.
Remember, the kitchen is also known as the non-volley zone, and she took that volley.
You cannot take a ball out of the air if your foot is inside the kitchen.
Right.
And officials, I think, pretty decisive, going to make the correct call here. That's the beauty of instant replay, and it's really just moved into the sport of pickleball this year.
Yeah, I love, if you're going to be major league pickleball, let's get the calls right, Drew.
I made a mistake back in '87. I also made one here. That was a push-off fault.
So the
Kitchen violation.
call is overturned. We have an unbelievable crew here. We've got Skycam, we've got instant replay. We've heard sounds of the game here, Drew, and the first
clear,
crew to ever
clear.
do instant replay
Okay.
is the crew bringing this to you guys tonight from Dreamland.
You are
Hard-working
correct.
crew.
302.
Ray Koyakovo, great producer. And so many tremendous hands, eyes, and ears bringing this right into your living room. So, side out coming right back now to Chimeras.
Side out.
See if Whitwell can get it rolling once again, Michelle.
After all that, a side out.
0-3-1.
3-0 lead for Team BLQK.
Second server. Zero, 3-2.
Oh, a little bit out. Very close.
Point.
Whitwell. And a lot of
Kyle
fans.
Yates may not be the best line judge in the crowd
1-3-2.
to ask if you're BLQK there.
Oh, how about this? Irina. She's a wall right now. And just as I say that, can't return it. Kohler and Whitwell on the board.
Yeah, Kohler ready to go in the corner and scrap, get that puck out of there. The hockey guy's just going to stay on it. Just
2-3-2.
He's going to keep you back and keep you back. Great pressure by Kohler.
Side out.
This be a huge victory for Nunnery. Kind of
3-2-1.
Signature win in his career.
Yeah, when you're the last pick in the draft and you have the pressure of playing with Ben Johns and you're on the court with a chance to win the Pritchard Cup, yeah, this would be a huge part of his legacy here in this game.
In football, that's called Mr. Irrelevant.
Yes.
He has been anything but irrelevant here in Major League Pickleball.
Great pressure by AJ Kohler, keeping both players back at that baseline.
4-2-2.
Second serve here for Tereschenko and Nunnery, and this one's wide, so side out, back to Chimeras.
Side out.
That name, Chimeras, Dave, where does that come from?
Let me tell you,
2-4-1.
Wild, mythical creature. Part lion, part goat, part snake.
Pretty much sums up the team.
They've got it on, if you see the back of AJ's hat, or any of the Chimeras hat, you can see it over there. Get a shot of that. It's
3-4-1.
Quite a being. Wouldn't want to run into that in an alley.
Oh, too low that time to get out. Little wag of the finger from Tereschenko as well.
Second server.
She is a gamer.
3-4-2.
Oh.
Nunnery and Terrachenko took a big first step. They were both going to get there, and then they both backed off. You hate
4-4-2.
How about this guy's first tie?
Uh-oh.
And now the hoodie comes off.
Oh, yes, the crowd gets involved.
Things just got real.
And no one is loving it more than she is.
4-4-1. Point. 5-4-1.
Nunnery just so deceptive with the forehand. Again, he has that same ability to put it in different places from the same look.
6-4-1.
Oh, tough break there for Irina.
Second server.
Interestingly enough, AJ Kohler has a similar flick with his
6-4-2.
forehand.
Mission right now. 3 straight points.
Yes, sir.
You'll hear
7-4-2.
Players ask the ref, are we correct, making sure that the right person is serving from the right side of the court.
Easy pickings for Irina Tereschenko, and that takes us to the side change. All the momentum now with Team BLQK. So 8-4. Team BLQK trying to close this out. Tereschenko, the big overhead here at Dreamland.
I dare him to try to flip that backhand at me again. I was all over it.
You were so early.
Oh my God, I was gonna nail it.
You were an hour ahead.
I can't believe it. I was early on it.
Yeah, the ball's so slow.
It's so slow. I mean, I was all over it.
You were like finishing your swing, didn't falter.
Yeah.
Help me on the dinks more.
Sorry?
Help me on the dinks more.
Now so we want to return.
Kyle's really awkward for me. I'm cross-court.
We just can't give up like cheap ones like that off a bad return off his ridiculous spin serve.
I know.
Like they're just getting cheap points off
Just
that.
hit it flat, you know? The spin serve, just hit it flat.
The ball's really like it's kind of newer and like holds a poppy. So I'm just popping it and like it's like flying. Yeah. I don't know how he's getting so much topspin on it.
Well, that sucked. That's very anticlimactic. Let's go.
Setting her up, and if we keep the first round hurting.
Major League Pickleball Championships on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Duper Bowl. Match odds powered by Duper. Make every point count. By Varsity Pickleball, so everyone knows you play pickleball. By Paddle Tech. Let's go again. And by Medicaleaf. Recover and play the all-natural way.
Back with more Major League Pickleball. Drew Felios, Dave Fleming, Michelle Esquivel,
Time in.
Hannah Johns with us here on CBS Sports
8-4-2.
Network. Team BLQK. 8-4, they lead here. Big point here coming out of the timeout. See if Chimeras can stop some of that momentum.
Wow.
And they can. We talked earlier about a lot of mixed doubles matches in pickleball look like that. These grinding points with the women are hitting dinks back and forth cross court.
No, that was second
Kohler
serve.
able
Side
to
out.
get in there once and then finish with the second one.
It was 8-4-2. Now it's
Side
something
out
different.
here, Chimeras. Can they swing this momentum?
4-8-1.
Gonna have to come back here to keep this match alive and send it to a single shootout.
Second server.
Ever since the foot fault, Whitwell has stumbled just a few
4-8-2.
times.
Sorry, not sorry.
So not sorry. Sorry, not
Point.
sorry. Fist pump on the way back to get the ball. Look at this thing ride that net.
5-8-2.
Little luck never hurts.
No, not at this point.
Not that time.
Side out.
It's only one out of that side out. Not what Chimeras was looking for.
8-5-1.
AJ is there to respond to Rob Nunnery's successful flick.
8-5-2.
Nunnery using that the whole game, but AJ's on it this time.
Oh, not that time. Making
Point.
it 9-5.
So sometimes when you're switching, which means Whitwell
9-5-2.
over to the other side of the court, you miss your return because you're in a hurry, Drew.
Little wide.
Side out.
Whitwell's had the magic this entire event.
5-9-1.
Have anything left here. Kohler to serve.
Just wicked topspin by Tereschenko, and then a
Second
gorgeous
server.
backhand flick by Nunnery.
5-9-2.
See a lot of Ben Johnson Nunnery's
Side
game
out.
more and more, don't
Yeah, I mean, they're the freestyle boys, and he's practicing with them. He's seen them a lot. He's
9-5-1.
playing with them. Osmosis is coming into that body of Nunnery's.
Second server. 9-5-2.
Oh, got away from Tereschenko, and that'll bring side out back to Chimeras.
Side out.
That's what AJ Kohler needs to do, is just keep applying pressure, get a little bit bigger on Leigh's side.
5-9-1.
Need a run here, guys.
So let's explain that serve. Your serve must get past the kitchen line. If it hits the net and goes past the kitchen line, we'll replay it. That one stayed close. That's a fault.
Caught up on the ropes where our camera has been swinging back and forth for the past 4 days, so we'll replay that point.
5-9-2. Side out.
Kohler was so engaged, couldn't get the paddle out of there. He knew that was out. But knowing and doing is sometimes two different things.
Very frustrated, AJ Kohler right now. Just need that one big point to kind of get him going.
Nunnery saw his highlight reel right in front of him here.
9-5-2.
Underneath the net.
Which, around, yes. Under, no. And no harm again.
Side out.
And you'll hear players say, we've got to get off a particular number because they just feel the pressure. I've been on that same number forever.
Lob. How about a lob from the baseline?
I feel like AJ Kohler is just trying to mix it up, find some way to get to that net. That's where they get their points.
Is that the point that gets him going?
Could be again, as Michelle mentioned before. Kohler has read now 2 of those forehand attacks from Nunnery and was able to finish brilliantly there.
6-9-2.
Within 3.
Oh.
First time Leigh Whitwell decides to attack Rob Nunnery, but Rob Nunnery is there to respond. She's learned her lesson.
9-6-1.
3-point lead now, Team BLQK. First serve. Oh, that's long.
Great job by Whitwell with the Ernie to set up Kohler, but he smoked it a bit deep. Sometimes you see the flash of a paddle. You see the bright red and yellow paddle there of Nunnery, and Terrachenko backed off just for a second, forced the miss.
Irina quick as a cat. Not that time, though. Well, guys, here we go. Time running out on Chimeras. They have got to go now.
Yeah, they need the lion, the snake, or the goat, one part of that to get going.
AJ Kohler looking a little anxious here.
Patience.
Yes.
6-2.
Work the point a little longer.
Oh, that's
Ball
it.
is in.
Point. Thank you, Rob.
Nunnery stared down and just so begrudgingly shot his hand out, which means good.
7-10-2.
Right on the line. Great look there.
A little closer.
And sometimes it's just that, a player letting a ball go that they could have attacked, and suddenly that's been worth 2 here.
And we'll switch balls now. They'll have their choice. The Franklin X40, the official ball of the Major League Pickleball Championship.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, Drew, the ball can play a little differently, so you want to find one that's been scuffed about the same as the one that was in play. That's what they were looking through that basket for, to find a similar feel.
Off his chest that time, and that does count as a point for the team in black.
Kohler looking to get out of the way. He's just a little too slow, didn't know which direction to move there.
Yeah, when you
10-8-1.
cheat middle and it goes backside, you're going to get tagged. AJ chose that ball, so he got to wear it.
11-8-1.
11-8, 4 points away for Team BLQK from a Pritchard Cup.
You good? 11-8-1.
Great job by Nunnery there. Saw Kohler's head had to go down to dig that ball out of his feet. Jumped in front of his partner and then finished on the next one. You hear Kyle Yates in the background. That's why this event is great. 2 other people have a big vested interest in the outcome here.
Chimeras running out of time.
Second server.
See that big cup right there? I mentioned the Pritchard Cup, named after Joel Pritchard, the founder of this great game of pickleball. Oh. Wow.
Big smiles from Whitwell, and what a violent left hand finish after Terrachenko scrapped 8 or 9 balls back in a row that got the crowd fired up.
Let's see if that gives them momentum for some points now. That's what they need.
Been trading points here. Window of opportunity is open. There's one.
And smart by the veteran Terrachenko. She is not letting this snowball at all. They got one, shut it down.
12-9, the drama builds. Game number 4 here in Dreamland. Major League Pickleball. The Pritchard Cup on the line.
Major League Pickleball Championships on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Richard's Rainwater. Cloud-based hydration. No plastics, no PFAS, no BS. Official founding sponsor of Major League Pickleball. By Pro XR. Get a grip. And by Ranch Rider Spirits. Hard seltzers. Made with real spirits. Born in Austin, Texas.
Welcome back to Major League Pickleball on CBS Sports Network. It is rocking here in Dreamland. High stakes on the line here at Major League Pickleball. Nobody wants to let their team down.
I dare him to try to put that backhand at me again. I was all over it.
You were so early.
Oh my God, I was going to nail it.
You were an hour ahead.
I can't believe it. I was early on it.
Yeah, your ball's so slow.
It's so slow. I mean, I was all over it.
You were like finishing your swing and faltered.
Yeah.
Help me on the dinks more.
Sorry?
Help me on the dinks more.
That was we want to return.
Kyle's really awkward for me.
I'm cross court. We just can't give up like cheap ones like that off a bad return off his ridiculous spin serve. I know.
Like, they're just getting cheap points off
Just
that.
hit it flat, you know? Those spin
I
swords, just hit it
tried.
flat.
The ball's really like, it's kind of newer and like holds are poppy. So I'm just popping it and like, it's like flying.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's getting so much topspin on it.
Oh, some of the great sounds of the game. Leigh Whitwell back on the court.
Marshall, you ready? Time is in.
And
9-12-1.
it's come down to this tense moments. 12-9. Make it 12-10.
Yeah, the timeout did not work. Immediately got a point.
10-12-1.
Can they get another?
Big time from Nunnery. Michelle, right now, situation like this.
Second server.
If you are Chimeras, where do you attack?
10,
right
12,
now
2.
it's just getting into the point, so there's not really attacking. I want to just ease our way in, build the point. But that's what they want to do. They want to try to get to that line. Try to find a really high percentage opportunity to put that ball down. They just didn't get it there.
12-10-1.
Crowd emotionally into every single point. That's sailing out.
Both teams right now are struggling to find their way up to the net after that serve.
Second server.
These third, fifth, seventh, ninth shots, they got to find it.
They're all high, and they're attacking them.
So right now, would you say you'd rather be serving or receiving?
Well, I'd rather be serving because that's the only way you can score a point in pickleball. But the advantage, obviously, is with the receiver because the return must bounce, so you get to the kitchen line mostly guaranteed. The other team has to work their way there.
They have to earn their points.
That's long, or wide rather.
Irina's checking with the ref.
He was clearly wide.
I'm going to say it was in. I'm going to say it was in.
Ron Ponder sees it in.
I saw it on the line. Whoa, hold on. Hold on. Challenge it.
All right, so let me walk through what happened there. Ball called wide by Kohler and overruled by Ponder. So now we are deciding if the ball indeed was in. So they are challenging the overrule here.
Right.
Okay, here we go. Let's see it.
I called it in.
Oh, it looks out.
It looks out.
Yes.
AJ Kohler right on top of it.
Yes.
Yeah. Staring right down at it.
In. Out.
You know, the angles we can get are critical. That's one which it showed you what the players have to do. You're trying to play the point and you are in charge of calling your own lines, and you saw Kohler was looking right down at it. Ponder thought he had a good look at it to overrule it, but that's why we have replay.
AJ Kohler, Leigh Whitwell trying to get in some action. They want to see the replay. They want to see that the ball was out. They know the ball was out.
It's our vantage point here. We're in the corner of this arena, which is Stadium Court here in Dreamland. And our camera from above.
Wow, this is 2 times in one night. The ball was out.
The ball is out.
But don't question
So-
me again, all right?
You get to keep your challenge too, okay? So
Yes,
it's not
that's what
gone.
they
So
say.
every
That's what
right
they-
challenge,
yes,
and
that's what they
hopefully
say.
there aren't many of them, but beautiful camera
I'm
work there
sorry.
that showed both the ball wide and that perfect
So-
view that Kohler had of the ball. And what
That's
a
right.
huge
That's all I've got.
turn that is, because they get the ball back here at 10, 12, 1.
I love technology.
Time is in.
I love that we have
10,
it,
12,
and I love
1.
that these players get to utilize it. Here we go.
And that's long.
Ball's just long.
Second server. Ten, 12, 2.
Went to the well again. Tereschenko has to come back. Oh. Oh.
Yes! All players on every part of that court.
After all that hustle, Tereschenko and Nunnery had a miscommunication about that next ball.
11, 12, 2.
The speed Nunnery showed to get there. Unbelievable.
Now a chance to tie. We're tied at 12.
Again, if you're just tuning in or just catching on to how Major League Pickleball works, each of these is 1 game to 15, win by 1.
And there you see Leigh Whitwell on top of it. Nothing's going past her.
It's been a long uphill climb for Whitwell and Kohler. Oh, right through.
Yes, but right through with a little help from the net.
So now the teams are tied up here. Game to 15, it's 12-12.
Take a deep breath. There's the Irina. Look at her feet that time. No foot fault needed.
Whitwell going bananas.
Nunnery.
Here she comes, 2 feet clearly outside.
Yes. Nunnery and Irina asking Marcia and the side ref if that was a clean Ernie, meaning that both feet were established and outside of the kitchen lines.
And they clearly were. We saw it right there.
Yes.
And that's why we have a second ref, another person looking at that kitchen to make sure all the feet are out of there when they volley.
Second serve here, guys.
Wow! A reset into a counter punch. Leigh Whitwell is on fire.
No looking back now. Tied at 12.
Can they take the momentum all the way to 15 and force the singles tiebreaker?
12-1.
Remember, if Chimeras is able to win, we go to that single shootout. That's it.
Yeah, now when you've had them push all the way back and tie you up, you want to play solid, risk-free pickleball
12-2.
on that receiving end.
It's long.
And the ball is long.
People jumping up and down on the rafters.
People want to see singles. They want to see that game.
This crowd has been special here tonight.
Lob serve. Lob return into a drive. Leigh Whitwell tries to poach, overextends with her footwork.
Sometimes you get caught up in the moment a little bit. Hasn't poached in that direction all night.
12-13-1.
So now Irina Tereschenko, the 38-year-old. Well, mishit that one.
Again, Kohler putting tremendous pressure on Irina Tereschenko and Rob Nunnery.
12-13-2.
Second serve here. Oh, skips over. Bring it on back.
Wow. Nunnery again shows that unbelievable foot speed to get up there after it kissed the tape. Yeah, we didn't bring in a marching band. That's feet on the bleachers, Drew.
Oh, Rob Nunnery still alive. Whitwell wins it. No, we're still playing. Unbelievable.
The point was over 3 times.
Oh my goodness, it looks to me that the Ernie might have been a foot fault.
So we've got
Second server.
a foot fault call on the Ernie.
Second server.
Furious action
Second
here.
server. Challenge.
And a call has been made.
And a
And why not
challenge
challenge it,
coming in.
Dave? You got to
Yeah.
challenge it.
You have to. And they're allowed to challenge because their first challenge, Drew, was successful.
I didn't even see it because that point was so wild.
Absolute bedlam. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Great job. I love that the referees, in the middle of all of that excitement, kept their composure and made the correct call. Made the correct call on this Ernie right here. You can see actually 1, 2, both feet are in.
Yeah, she ran right through it.
Great call
Yeah.
by Ron Ponder and Marcia
Yes.
Frezzo there.
But that was a great point.
Oh, the
Yeah,
chaos.
big time. Okay, thank you.
We all got to live it anyway. But rules are rules, Drew.
Oh. That was an absolute jailbreak.
On further review, the call is upheld. It was a fault.
So foot fault is made official, and that'll bring up second serve. Still have a serve to work with if you're Chimeras here.
Yes, out of challenges now.
It was worth the challenge, though. That was such a
13-12-2.
big point, and, you know, that was the right move by the
13-12-2.
Chimeras.
And kind of worked as a timeout.
Yes.
Give you a
Side out.
chance, Dave, to kind of take a deep breath.
Yep, just either way,
Side
we
out.
need to focus because, as you mentioned, they're still on 2 here. It's not a side out.
I have second serve. Yeah. Okay. Second
serve.
Yeah. Yeah.
On the
Refs are
way.
making sure that everyone's in the right place.
Thirteen, 12-2.
And it will be Whitwell. She's won the crowd over. And there's a big one. It is game
Oh
point.
my goodness, here we are. Here we are, you guys. Hold on tight.
This could be it.
14, 12-2.
Oh, hold the phone.
Great run, though. The Chimeras really needed that.
1 match point saved there.
12, 14, 1.
Oh, a little wide.
Great defense by Rod
Point.
Nunnery, Irina Tereschenko staying alive.
Again, just a reminder,
13,
win
14,
by
1.
1 here.
Oh, overran it. It's in.
Yes.
Nunnery saw an opportunity. When you see someone go for that Ernie, if you can leave it just out of their reach, it becomes a big problem for the other team.
13, 14, 2.
Oh, Nunnery tied him up that time.
Okay.
Point.
And it is.
We're going the other way
Yes.
for match point.
Yes.
Rob Nunnery, biggest moment in his pickleball life right here,
Reminder,
right now.
this is a win by one.
So if they win this point, they win the championship. If not,
14-14-2.
there's an opportunity here for a side out.
There it is, Team BLQK. Rob Nunnery, Irina Tereschenko, Ben Johns, and Andrea Koop, the first ever Major League Pickleball champions.
All week.
Rob Nunnery, Andrea Koop, and Irina Tereschenko. Great job by AJ Kohler, Whitwell.
Here's that final point as Kohler reached and just couldn't quite finish it, and then bedlam on the court.
It was not a perfect game. Good job. Good job.
What a moment here on Stadium Court. Hugs, so much emotion, and a post-game show coming up next on CBS Sports Network.
Major League Pickleball Championships on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Clean Cause Sparkling Yerba Mate. Make the clean switch to caffeine with 70% less sugar than energy drinks. By Franklin. By Kendra Scott. And by Chevile. Be civil. Play nicely.
What an incredible scene here as Major League Pickleball comes to a close. Time now for the trophy presentation. Hannah Johns standing by with the winners. Hannah, take it away.
Thanks, Drew. I'm on court now with Team Black. They're ecstatic. I'm here with Jenny Kitch. She will be presenting the trophy. I'm going to toss it over to you, Jenny.
Good evening. What a wonderful 4 days of pickleball. As the commissioner of Major League Pickleball, I say thank you to all the fans who showed up here at Dreamland and watched online on CBS Sports. I'd also like to thank those who made Major League Pickleball a reality, including our creator, Steve Kuhn, our president here, Melly Price, our director of operations, Brooks, and all of the fans that came out here today. I'd also like to thank the owners. We had 8 visionary owners who invested in franchises with an idea of what pickleball might be, and they saw here tonight what it really could be. And then I'd like to thank our sponsors who've been with us from day one and have believed in us and supported this event and all of the players. So before we move on to the trophy presentation, I would like to introduce Melly Price, our president of Major League Pickleball, who has a very special award.
Thank you, Jenny, and congratulations, Team Black. We have a special award tonight. We had an online voting for the MVP of the league. This individual embodies the spirit of Major League Pickleball and our tagline, which is love the league, live the sport. I think you saw it on the court. There is no one that lives the sport like Leigh Whitwell. Leigh, please come on out. We want to give you a special award. We are so MVP, 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 MVP. Leigh embodies the sport. She was drafted at the bottom, played at the top, and carried the spirit of competitiveness, collaboration, and joy that Major League Pickleball is about. Thank you so much for all you do for the sport, and congratulations today. Thank you. All right, back to you, Jenny.
Thank you, Leigh. All right, come on over here, Leigh. All right, now for our finalists, our runners-up tonight, Team Chimeras, who is represented here by Anna Lee Waters, AJ Kohler, Leigh Whitwell, and Kyle Yates. And we also have owners Charles Attal, who's in the house, and Charlie Walker. You came one match short, but you inspired us with your play. You inspired the audience, and we really hope you'll be back with us for season 2. All right, now for our trophy presentation, the winning team will be asked to hoist the Pritchard Cup, which is in front of me, and also each team member will get Major League Pickleball championship rings. So I would like to announce the first ever Major League Pickleball champions, Team BLQK, and their members, Irina Tereschenko, Ben Johns, Andrea Koop, and Rob Nunnery, with owner Richie Twazan and Justin Watson, who's not here tonight. Please hoist the cup.
Ben, you're out here holding this cup above your head. Did you think you were going to be here? And what would you like to say to everyone out there after this historical event has concluded?
Yeah, well, you go into it wanting and expecting to win, of course, a little bit, but, it's a little bit surreal. I'm just so glad this event is happening. I can't wait to see what the next few seasons have in store, but I'm just really grateful for everybody that helped to put this all together, and, of course, for my team and my owners and all the competitors. Just a fantastic event. Can't thank everybody enough.
Huge congratulations again to all of Team Black. What a fabulous, fabulous event this has been. Drew, back over to you.
All right, guys, thank you so much. Congratulations, Team BLQK. For Dave Fleming, Michelle Esquivel, Hannah Johns, and the rest of our phenomenal crew, I'm Drew Felios. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Congratulations, Team BLQK, and have a terrific week.